First item on the agenda is consent agenda, approval of board members minutes for January 8th, 2013, also the January 28th special board meeting. Superintendent matters for February, also the approval of treasurer's orders in the amount of $370,756.33 and paid warrants in the amount of $493,463.98. Approval of trip, vehicle, and use of district property requests.
All basic information.
I have the approval of the board minutes for January the 8th meeting. Craig?
Yes.
My motion was not to renew Superintendent Blackwood's contract for a year, nor to extend it. I think the minutes reflect that it just says not to renew the contract. My motion also included not to extend it a year. All right, that's the only correction I can see.
Note that correction. Okay. That's noted. Is there any further discussion on any of these items? Not, I need a motion to approve.
I asked our treasurer to explain these things to us. Would that be all right?
Yes.
Okay, and I do want to say this. I mean, the only thing I have asked Ms. Sloan to be here present at the meeting. I've known her longer than I've known anybody here in the room, and I have the utmost confidence in her. It's not a thing of that. I just want to know what I'm approving. I want to have a warm body telling me that everything's all right. Tammy taught my kids in private school. She taught them in Sunday school. I have the utmost respect for her and confidence in her, so I don't want anybody to take that as that's a slam against you. I just want to have somebody to be able to point back to if anything's ever found that's incorrect. I can say, well, I relied upon the advice board treasurer. All right, so go ahead.
Our treasurer's orders are bills that the board will approve to pay. And on the treasurer's orders, there are bills to be paid, and my job as treasurer is to make sure the proper documentation is there, the proper signatures are there, and I do that. And with any bill, the supervisor signs and approves the expenditure. Mr. Blackburn signs, approves the expenditures, and you as board members, when you approve the treasurer's orders, you approve that expenditure. When they are sent to you as a report, if you see anything at all that you're concerned about or have a question about, the bills are here in the conference room, and you come a little early. Glad to show you, go over it, explain it. Paid warrants are all bills that were paid the previous month. We have a treasurer's orders with invoices that are paid outside the board meeting. Those bills are things like utility bills. Yeah. Maybe someone has a bill that comes back in and says, we're sending it to collections. It's a bill that I probably never saw. So if it's 3 or 4 months old, I'll make sure all the proper signatures are there, and it's included in your paid warrant. Your year-to-date is a munis report, and it usually goes a month behind. The state requires me to balance the books by the 15th of every month, and I can't always do that to keep the previous month to make that available to you all, so it's usually 2 months behind. Any expenditure that looks a little odd to you on that year-to-date, I'll gladly explain. Call me anytime during the day. I'll take time to explain that.
So everything appears to be?
Everything appears to be fine.
All right.
So like if we have a question about a certain bill, you would rather us contact you?
Well, you can come early too, and or call me before the board meeting. I'll explain to you what's on there.
Okay.
And
just tell us what it's for, because some is kind of vague. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any further discussion? Not, I need a motion to approve.
Well, I'll make the motion to approve.
Motion, need a second.
I'll second.
Motion second. All in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes. Measure passes. Next item on the agenda, approval to pay bond and interest due to KISTA Series 2006B in the amount of $34,445.19.
That is just what it says, a KISTA payment and that amount. It's for a bus payment.
Single bus payment.
KISTA, bus payment, yes. That's where we have financed through KISTA, some buses, different years.
We have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Motion second, all in favor, indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next item is to approve to pay bond and interest due to KISTA Series 2009, amount $26,265.86. So that'd be another bus payment.
Another bus payment, correct.
Need a motion to approve?
Motion.
Have a motion, need a second?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed, no, motion carries. Next item is another bus payment, approval to pay bond and interest due to KISTA 2012 in the amount of $25,902.75. Need a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion, we need a second.
I'll second.
Motion second, all in favor indicate by saying yes. Yes. Any opposed, motion carries. Next item is approval to pay bond and interest due on a 2009 R Series, amount of $33,833.88.
And that's for a school payment, that's for the elementary school.
Okay. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Any opposed, motion carries. Next item is approval to elect the board members of Martin County Local Planning Committee.
That is just what it says, we do need a member for that committee. A board member be placed on the committee.
Is that the facilities?
Yes, what it is, that's correct.
I'll nominate Gary. If the floor is open for nominations, is it?
Is that a form of a motion? Make that a motion.
Well, I didn't know if you would take another nomination. Yeah. Yeah, okay, motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying yes. 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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Carry Paul. Next item on the agenda is to approval to hire mathematical intervention at Eden Elementary to aid in instruction and assist students in mastering math.
And Ms. Presley provides you with a job description of what she's wanting there. And it's all based on her math scores, that the money will come out of the Title I money.
And school improvement.
School improvement, so no general fund money.
Is there any further discussion on this matter? Not, I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, need a second.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all in favor indicate by saying yes.
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 Any opposed, motion carries. Approval of gap reports for the school year 2012-2013.
Ms. Kirk?
Those are just part of the regulation of KRS 158-649, and it basically says that every biennium, each school sets target dates and presents those to the superintendent. These targets are actually created through KDE and found on their school report cards, so you can look at them in depth there. But basically, it's a formality of the KRS.
Any questions on the gap reports?
And what are these exactly? I mean, okay, do you show like gaps in
Yes.
learning and achievement?
Yes,
Okay.
now it's called a non-duplicated gap group, and that takes into African American, low socioeconomic, special education. They're all configured into one score now, and it's called the non-duplicated gap group.
Okay, so
And then those scores, we have a target to reach by 2017, and so through increments over the next 5 years, we have each school, there's a formula that's set by the state. It's a very simple formula. They take their baseline score that they created on the new test last spring, and then it's just a basic formula and to give them an increment score.
all right, so we're at a baseline right now, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Any further discussion? No, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion, need a second. Motion and second. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Yes. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of the district comprehensive improvement plan.
Okay, and that also, each year we are required to do a district improvement plan.